Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Mewtwo Fan Nate, and I am your assistant coach for the Pennsylvania Presence. I am subbing in this week for, I believe it's week number 1, for the AML D2. The main coach is Kells, but apparently he's not able to battle this week, or there's some miscommunication going on, so I am stepping in for Kells. And I did try to build this team. I mean, it is kind of short notice, but this battle does have to get done. So I am stepping in as assistant coach, and I'm going to try to do the best that I can. So let's not spoil any of the sets as we do go through them. So I'm going to go over the what we have drafted, and then I'll go over what my opponent, Salty Jack, I believe that's how he wants to say his name. Could be saying that wrong, but oh well, nothing I can do about that. So the team that we have drafted, it consists of Tapu Koko, Starmie, Arcanine, Delmise, Weezing, Glaceon, Mega Aggron, Crocodile, Komomo, Umbreon, Meloetta, and Tornadus Incarnate. So, pretty good draft, I would say. Pretty good stuff I can work with. And the opposing draft that we have to face is Ash Greninja, Infernape, Porygon Z, Blastoise, Golurk, Regice, Skarmory, Latios, Gigalith, Clefairy, Manectric, and Mega Venusaur. So, a couple things that I did notice about both of our drafts. Well, I would say mostly about his draft is that he has a lot of really strong special attackers between like Ash Greninja and Infernape with like Fire Blast, you know, Porygon Z, Blastoise, there's the Latios, there's the Mega Venusaur. So there's a lot of like especially offensive threats, I would say, that do scare me a little bit. So with that in mind, I did have to build this team kind of around that. We do have some pretty good, like we have a pretty like decent like defensive team, I would say, especially because we have like to intimidate users, and then we have our Mega Aggron, which is pretty, you know, pretty fat, and so we have stuff that we can work around with it. And I'm gonna just go over basically what I have here. So the first mon on the I decided to put on the team was Tapu Koko, because it is insanely fast and it does outspeed Greninja before it, you know, it goes into its Ash Greninja form. So that is why that was the first thing that came to my mind. We can hit, and I really wanted to make sure that we can hit the Mega Venusaur, because I felt like that would potentially be a problem as well. So I wanted to put Brave Bird on there with the Flyum Z, so we can just completely nuke the Mega Venusaur, like, no matter what. Wild Charge is for the Skarmory, and it just really hits a lot of the other things pretty hard. Grass Knot is for his Golurk, and I believe his Gigalith, it does do a pretty good amount of damage to it as well. U-Turn is for Initiative, and it also does a good chunk of damage to the Latios if it wants to try to switch in. Not sure why it would want to. Maybe if it's predicting the electric type move instead of like a Dazzling Gleam or something, maybe it would want to try to come in. Who knows? But we do have enough speed to outspeed a Greninja before it changes to its Ash Greninja form. So we put the rest in attack, and then and whatever was left over was put into HP. So the next mon we have is the Meloetta. And this is the mon that I really was kind of going back and forth with. Originally I wanted to do a specially defensive Meloetta, which was actually, like, based on the calcs, it was doing super well. But I wanted to run like a rest and snore, like para-flinching set. But I just remembered I had the electric terrain, so I couldn't rest, and it wouldn't have worked out. Although especially defensive Meloetta might have actually been pretty good in this matchup, I would say. But I decided we needed something that would hit stupid hard, like Modest Nature, like max attack. Like, I wanted something to like break down stuff. Like, you know, I wanted something to be able to take a hit and just nuke something. And Meloetta does that really well. And we have the max HP, max special attack, and our special defense stat is 128, like a base 128. So with the assault vest, it's actually it's a really high stat. So we can take like Draco Meteors from the Latios. We could take a Dark Pulse from Ash Greninja. We can definitely take it from a regular Blastoise. We could take Sludge Bombs from the Mega Venusaur. We can take a good amount of special hits, so not too worried about that. And then we can go for Focus Blasts, and just we can hit the Gigalith. That also hits the Ash Greninja. We can also hit that with Dazzling Gleam. Focus Blast is a guaranteed kill, where Dazzling Gleam is like a roll after rock, so we do have to be careful about that. Hyper Voice just really hits anything, so depending on what he brings, Hyper Voice might just be something like a powerful move just to fire off, like no matter what. Psychic is really just for the Mega Venusaur and a couple other things. Depending on what he has, it might be another move that I could just go for safely. Maybe get a special defense drop because we are serving Grace. Then again, it's just really depending on what I see of the team. So the next Mon that we are bringing is our Arcanine, and this Arcanine I would say is pretty interesting because it's a serious nature. I didn't have like a way to, I didn't have a nature for this thing like that would help out, because like if I wanted to do something like to benefit something like my attack stat, I would be losing out on special defense, and I wouldn't want that. So this set has Morning Sun, Flamethrower, Bulldoze, and Crunch. So what this does, it basically just gives me full on coverage for everything. This basically is my switch into Infernape. Like whatever Infernape wants to do, whether it's physical or special, doesn't really matter. This Arcanine can eat it, unless it's something like Hidden Power Ground or whatever, but we should still be able to eat like one of those, if not maybe two. Morning Sun is just for recovery. Flamethrower does to a KO any version or any Skarmory set, so that's good. We have Bulldoze, which is a guaranteed 2-hit KO on the Infernape, and as well as, Crunch is a 2-hit KO on the Latios. So if Latios wants to switch in, because there's a couple things that would want to switch in potentially to an Arcanine, and the one thing I could think of would be, other than maybe like a Blastoise, but I have I have Tapu Koko, so I'm not really too worried about getting rid of the Blastoise, because I could just pull a double out into my Tapu Koko if he has the Blastoise, so I'm not really too worried about the Blastoise coming in. So basically I could go for a Bulldoze on the Gigalith. If it wants to come in, I can lower. It's already pathetically low speed, and we can hit it for super effective damage. We have Flamethrower. Like I said, for the Skarmory, Crunch does 2-hit KO the Latios. So that's for that. And the EVs here are just to guarantee, like the special attack is just to guarantee the 2-hit KO on the Regice as well with the Flamethrower. And the extra was just, the extra in special defense really doesn't matter, but the defense is just so that Arcanine can live really any hit from the Infernape and not be too KO'd. So the next set is the Komomo-o, which is pretty interesting. It is a Dragon Dance set, which is pretty neat. Has Adamant Nature, max attack, 244, and speed, which is just enough to outspeed a Ash Greninja. So if we want to set up Dragon Dance on the Ash Greninja, we can live one Ice Beam and go for Sky Uppercut, knock it out the next turn. We have to be a little bit careful of the Latios, because that thing might be scarfed. Gotta watch out for that. The Dragon Claw does OHKO it after the Dragon Dance though, so that's cool. So if it's like Life Orb or something, or just like Defog, then we'll be looking pretty good. Poison Jab is for the Clefairy, because that's the only other thing that really stops this. And if I can get some like really good damage onto it, perhaps I can. It's not a guarantee to a KO, but if I can just get a good amount of damage, I can probably finish it off with something else, like a really hard hit with the Meloetta or Tapu Koko, or even perhaps the Aggron. Because Aggron, it does match up pretty well against the Clefairy. And the next mon that we have is our Starmie, which is a mon that I have built so that way it can live a grass type attack from the Mega Venusaur. So I can hit it with Psychic. I have Rapid Spin just to spin away any hazards. Scald is a guaranteed kill on the Infernape, and then Recover just so I can get my health back. And the EVs are just so I can outspeed a Infernape guaranteed. I just put the rest in Special Defense because that is mainly his way of attacking. I was gonna run a Colberberry originally, so I can take like a Dark Pulse from the Ash Greninja, but even if it was like Analytic Life Orb boosted, Thunderbolt still somehow does not kill, which I find is crazy, but I just didn't think that was worth it to get rid of the Greninja when I have the Tapu Koko, which outspeeds it, and then I have Meloetta, which can tank one and then knock it out. Basically, if it is Life Orb, we do knock it out with the Dazzling Gleam, so that's pretty safe to go for. And then we have like Komomo, which has a Yachi Berry, then I can just Sky. So I have other ways of dealing with Ash Greninja. I do understand it is a big threat. Then we have the very standard Mega Aggron, but we have Stealth Rock, we have Thunder Wave, Heavy Slam, and Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail is to kind of phase things out, things that might want to set up, like for example a Porygon Z with Nasty Plot. We could take really any hit from that thing because we are like Careful Nature, like max HP, and then we can just Dragon Tail it out and basically stop it from like Nasty Plotting up and destroying lives. Thunder Wave is to slow things down because I did want to run a little bit more bulk on my mons, like for example on like Meloetta and Arcanine. Did want to run those a little bit more bulky, so I did. So I think a Thunder Wave is pretty decent here, so I can slow some of the other things down. Heavy Slam is just for stab, and it does hit pretty decently against a lot of the team. Like we can switch into the Latios, take Draco Meters pretty well. I don't have any recovery on this thing, which kind of sucks, but it is what we have. So I will be back for the match. If you guys are hyped to see it, go ahead and show your love on the like button and sub for more stuff. Alright guys, we are back with the game. That's okay. Sorry. So we did have to do a couple things because he was set for level 50, I was set for level 100. I was a little unclear what was going on, but we did fix what happened. Good luck, have fun. I think that my lead is still going to be the same. I think I'm still going to lead off with Starmie, trying to go for Scalds, and I have pretty good answers to really everything on his team. So I'm ready. So we can just Scald this thing. This thing is fine. And the vacuum's going off again. I can't do anything about that, guy, so I do apologize. We're just gonna fire off a Scald pretty easily. We can burn everything except for the Infernape, which is cool. So he's probably just gonna get up his. Okay, so that's cool. And now what we do is we go. I did not expect that to. I really didn't expect the Shadow Punch. I guess what I could do is I can go out into my Aggron and just go for rocks. Tapu Koko should knock it out with a Grass Knot. Yeah, we're gonna go on to Tapu Koko, and we are going to Grass Knot here. If he's Assault Vest, he might live this, and I might have just misplayed, but you know what? It's on short notice. What can I do? Okay, so we do get the knockout. And I should be faster than everything except maybe a Choice Scarfed Ash Greninja or Porygon Z. If he's Scarfed, if he brings out the Infernape, I will go out to the Arcanine. If he brings out the Greninja, I will go for the U-turn. Actually, I'll just go for the Thunderbolt. We'll see what happens here. And again, I do apologize if you guys can hear background noise. The office, while it is nice because I don't have other people in the room with me, it is right next to the kitchen where my dad just loves to hang out. So. And he's going to take his time, you know, thinking. I mean, this is a league format match, so that's exactly what's gonna happen. And I just love it when I'm recording and stuff like this happens, and it totally doesn't throw off my mental game plan. So here, I kind of want to just go for a U-turn, because I can 2KO him, but I'm pretty sure a poison type move would knock me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to U-turn here, just get a little bit of chip damage off on him. That's good. I'm going to go out into the Komomomo because I do have the ability where Sludge Bomb does not affect me. And what I could do from here is I could try to set up a Dragon Dance, but if he has like Sleep Powder, it becomes annoying. So we'll just go for the Dragon Dance here. I do outspeed a Ash Greninja after a +1 speed boost. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, let's see. Do we see Sleep Powder? We see Hidden Power. It's super effective. Is that what could that be for? It's not ice because we didn't eat our berry. I have Meloetta still. Like, I have Meloetta still, which can knock out the Ash Greninja, so I don't need it. I don't need this to knock out Ash Greninja. I have that covered. So I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna go for Dragon Claw, get some damage off. That's great damage in my opinion. And that actually, from what it looks like that the next one should knock it out. So this tells me it's actually more of an offensive. Venusaur, because all the calcs I was doing for was like mostly defensive because I thought it was gonna be like bulky and defensive. That tells me, based off the damage, after +1 it's doing 49.7%. That tells me it's more of a offensive one, because the physically defensive one was not, like, it was doing like nothing. It was doing like 30%. It was doing like a +1 Dragon Claw was doing like 30%. So he could go out into Blastoise here, but maybe his Blastoise is more offensive. He doesn't really have anything that wants to take a hit. Think about this. If Como-O got Drain Punch, it would be so good. It would be so good. And we're gonna see what happens now. Blastoise can come in here. If it goes for Ice Beam, I might be able to live it. If it's alright, Infernape. This thing is probably Choice Scarfed. I don't need this anymore. I can go out into Arcanine. We'll just go for a Sky Uppercut. This will tell us if it's Scarfed or not. Because if I'm at +1, if we outspeed, or it could go for Mach Punch and knock me out. We'll see. Close combat. It is Scarfed. Definitely Scarfed. So what I can do now is I could go out into Tapu Koko and bluff my own Scarf. But what I'll do is I think I'll just make the safe play, go out into Arcanine, intimidate this thing. It can't touch me, and I can go for a Bulldoze and lower the speed of really anything. Alright, I like that play. Bulldoze. Get your speed lowered. And I can go out into Meloetta here. If he specs Greninja, this could be a problem though. Scald. Alright, we eat that up. And I can go pretty safely for Hyper Voices. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is going to hit pretty hard. Although I am risking quite a bit here. I am risking quite a bit because I didn't want to let myself get lowered to the point where I can get knocked out with the Dark Pulse. And we just lost about 13.5% of our health, which does... I'm not sure if it puts us in range of a Dark Pulse. If it's like, I mean, if it's Expert Belt instead of Life Orb, we might be able to live it. But Life Orb, if it's Life Orb, then chances are we probably cannot take one. And he is Scarfed Inferno confirmed, so that's fine. The two water types are pretty threatening. Pretty threatening. It's a pretty good game though. I admit. I haven't touched League format in quite some time, so I definitely think getting into League format is pretty fun. I actually am not in a... I wouldn't say I'm in a league just yet, but I'm like almost in a league. Like I'm assistant coaching in a couple leagues. I'm working, like I'm kind of in a league, but like they don't really have players yet. So if they end up getting the players together, I will be doing another league. But that does not do a lot. But that doesn't do a lot to me either. Let's go for Psychics instead. And let's see, do we get a special defense drop? Mirror Coat, my boy. Okay. Let's go for... Do I want to go for the Hyper Voice? Mirror Coat is interesting. This thing is actually Assault Vest. That's why that did so much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for it again. I'm probably just going to go for... I'm going to go for Hyper Voice this time. Because I think... yeah, because... Alright, that's the mind games there. And I definitely kill this thing at this point. So that's cool. And now he just brings in the Ash Greninja, which is actually terrifying. And I don't really have a switch into this. I don't. But what I could do, I think I can probably live one hit and I can Thunder Wave him. So that'll be my plan of attack there. Because after I Thunder Wave him, Tapu Koko just kind of alright, can knock him out. So I'm not too worried about that. We're gonna go to the Mega Aggron. I can live literally any hit, even a low kick. I did the calc. As long as the calc is correct, even if it's like Adamant Max Attack, low kick should not knock me out. So I am going for the Thunder Wave here. All of his mons that are like bulky are gone. Like his bulk is out of the way. He just has his really fast offensive threats, and that is all that he has left. And what I could do technically is I think I could actually Dragon Tail him, and I could actually get rid of the Battle Bond. I'm not sure if that works or not. I should have probably looked into that before the match. Let me Google it real quick. Does Dragon Tail... Let's look this up. Does Battle Bond Revert, switch out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hydro Vortex. We live that. Thunder Wave. Alright, so I am recording at the moment, but nobody cares.
I see the cherry by Gannon, but it says light fit.
And we will just go, I think I might actually, I might win, I'm not sure. Alright, I think we could sack off the, this thing here. We just go for the, we can go for the wild charge. Yeah, let's do that. Please don't get all the hits. Alright. Wild charge, you're gone. I couldn't find like a good answer. Now, is this thing also scarfed? I'm pretty sure wild charge knocks it out. It's also scarfed. Okay, so that I think that's a bad play on my part, but I don't think I could have switched into that anyway. Let's go for the bulldoze here. Oh, and he gets a crit. So that is a good game. That is a good game, Salty. That is a 2-0 victory in my opponent's favor, but it was definitely a good match. So if you guys want to check out Salty Check's Pokemon Amino, that will be in my description. Have yourselves a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.